Right now, we're pleased to bring in foreign policy expert, also a former ambassador as well to Germany, Ric Grenell, senior security analyst, acting director formerly of national intelligence. I mean, you know very well what happened Saturday was too close to call, was too close for this president, was too close to understand all the glaring issues that went down. But Iran, in fact, here now, this is quite alarming here that there is maybe there needs to be more security. There needs to be more attention to Donald Trump because of Soleimani. This has been simmering for quite some time, Ambassador.
Well, look, Donald Trump bankrupted Iran. They had no money. And under Joe Biden, this is just the facts. Sorry to tell you, but we have an Iran flushed with cash. Yep. And the reason why is Joe Biden did sanctions relief, did credit and cash to that crazy radical Islamic regime. And what did they do with the cash? They started a war on October 7th. They went into Israel and started hacking people. We have to be really clear about this. This is now more than 200 days where we have Americans being held captive. And so it doesn't surprise me that the Iranians are mad. They don't want Donald Trump to come back. Unlike the Russians and Vladimir Putin have been very clear, we need to keep saying it, Vladimir Putin wants Joe Biden because he says he's predictable and he wants to have a predictable U.S. president.
Yeah, I was at an economic breakfast this morning, which is pretty fascinating. Stephen Moore and others there talking about how, and Governor Doug Burgum, who was on the short VP list, and they said, Donald Trump in a way is a deterrent.
Credible threat.
They look at Donald Trump world leaders and say, if I do something, he's going to do. And that was what they were all saying. And they were talking about economic prosperity, unleashing that for Americans, obviously. And the theme tonight will be, I think, a lot of that as well as we look towards J.D. Vance and his foreign policy. And you are also speaking tonight. We want to make note of that. So I know there'll be a lot of foreign policy heavy looking forward. What would you say the message is for people today as they wake up? Thank God Donald Trump is alive to join. Maybe he'll join tonight, Ambassador. But the world that we live in is a very dangerous place. And, that's just the fact under Joe Biden.
Yeah. Look, I'm still in the angry phase about what happened at Saturday night. We don't need a congressional investigation. We don't need a long time to study this. We need, Bianca, one answer. Why was there no Secret Service coverage on that roof within close proximity to President Trump? That's an easy question. That is a very easy question for us to answer. We need to demand answers. I don't want to see a long, protracted congressional investigation. One more thing. I do have some breaking news, though, right now in my ear, which is that Ric Grenell is calling for Adam Schiff to drop out.
Well, there you have it.
That?
That's right. I love that breaking news.
Come on, Adam Schiff we got to get that in there.
We do have to get it. It was breaking news off the top of the show here. I mean, do you think Joe Biden will be at the top of the ticket now? I guess they're back in that sort of Pelosi's,
They got nowhere else to go. I mean, look, the reality is that we can't undermine democracy, to use their term, by all of a sudden negating all of the 50 states and all of the states that have voted for Joe Biden. Democrats had a primary. They voted for Joe Biden. Joe Biden is their nominee.